Yep, and there it is. Tangle City. Ridiculous. This is the worst washing machine I have ever owned in my life. I bought it at Lowe's on November the 2nd, 2018. Here's the model number and the serial number. And yes, I've had it for a while. I have several other videos up about how this thing performs. Here's the latest. I've had this machine for 2 years now. I have several videos up about the performance of this machine. And people are telling me that I don't know how to operate it, that I don't understand the type of engine in these things. Well, you know what? It's simple to operate. It should be. And why should I know what the engine's like if I am a domestic laundress? Here's another video about the performance of this 2 years later. And I do know how to operate this machine. Let me show you. This is why I hate this washer. No matter how many people tell me this is supposed to be a good washer, this is the third load of laundry I've done today. And look at this. I had to stop it. This is the third load I've had to stop and untangle. It's tearing my clothes up. I do not have it on a heavy cycle. Look at this. You see that? It's ridiculous. The load that I just untangled was worse than this. I got so fed up I decided I'm going to make another video about this. I've had it for 2 years now. A little over 2 years. And it's not getting any better. I'm going to link the other videos that I have for this machine. And you can watch those and see all the people who are complaining about this machine. This is ridiculous. I should not have to stop and untangle this. So you can see I've had to hit the pause button. I am putting it on lights, medium load. You have to put it on super fill or you don't get enough water in there to wash your clothes. So I'm not running on heavy. What am I supposed to do? You tell me. Am I going to run everything on delicate so it barely spins in there? This is a terrible machine. GE, you have done better. I know you can do better. You can't even pull the clothes out. They're like all wrapped around the agitator. Soaking wet. Look at this. Soaking wet, all wadded up. It wads them up like this. There's absolutely nothing for this to get hung on down here. It's ridiculous. The agitator doesn't have anything to grab it. It just wraps around. You see this? It's got, how in the world did it get the leg of my pajamas wrapped all the way around the agitator? How's it doing that? I didn't put it in there like that. It's like this machine goes out of its way to mess up your clothes. I put this in here. It was completely and totally balanced. Whatever it does in the wash cycle is what gets it off balance. So that tells me it's a washer problem, not an operator error. That look balanced to you? Well, let's see if it likes that. Hands are soaking wet. I speeded this part up so that you wouldn't be bored to tears. It took this machine 18½ minutes on the drain and spin cycle. 18½ minutes to drain that water out and spin these clothes. Yes, 18½ minutes. Drain and spin. It is a cycle on this washer. That should tell you something. I just let it go to see how long the spin cycle was. So far, it's been 21 minutes. I probably speeded it up so you didn't have to endure all of that. But I wanted to see if it was going to get off balance again. Consumers should not have to stop and untangle clothes in the middle of a wash cycle. What in the world are we doing now? So now the clothes are dry, they're spun dry, where they're supposed to be, not soaking wet. But why did I have to stop and untangle? This agitator doesn't have anything to hook clothes underneath it. So there was no reason for those clothes to be tangled like that. How are things getting wrapped around like that in the wash cycle? Yeah, this machine's great. I've been washing it on the medium cycle instead of the heavy cycle. It's on heavy cycle today. But the reason I had to dial it down is because, look, these two appliances were even. And over the past couple of weeks, the washing machine has walked its way out this far. I don't use the precise fill at all, not ever. I usually load everything on super unless it's just a really super low load. I'm washing my sheets on heavy, but everything else I either wash on medium or light because they just become way too tangled. We'll see what happens to the sheets. Because of COVID, I'm washing everything in hot water because I'd rather my clothes be clean than look pretty, I guess. That's how I've learned to make my peace with it. When I started, I'll raise the lid, hit the start button, leave it alone. I do put my detergent in before they close because if I'm not using precise fill, I want my detergent to dissolve in the water before I add the clothes. So to all those people who say that we're using too much of a cycle, this was on light. The light cycle, see? It's supposed to be light, not bulky, not heavy. I guess I'm going to have to put it over on delicate or casual. Because look, every freaking weekend, I have at least one load of laundry that gets tangled up like this. All wrapped around the agitator when I do not put them in like that. And it is just a pain in the rear to have to get this untangled. I can't believe that it's just not ripping my clothes apart. Look at that. Super small load. Put it on the lowest speed for clothes. And it gets tangled like this. I mean, look at that. Ridiculous. And when it gets tangled like that, it doesn't drain all the water out, so sometimes you have to untangle it and then put it back on, rinse, and drain. So that is not saving any water, not saving any electricity. Makes my dryer have to work harder to get out clothes that have too much water left in them. Say what you want to, this is not an efficient machine. For $429, it may be bottom of the line, but it shouldn't be tangling my clothes every weekend. A sweater, underwear, pajamas, another sweater, a pair of pink denim tight jeans. These are not things that should have to wash, that you should have to wash them delicate. There's no bras, no lingerie, nothing like that in there. 100% cotton t-shirt. So I washed pillows, which I've washed before, on Super Cycle, bulky items. Of course, washing in hot water because of COVID. Imagine my surprise when I opened up to see this washing machine completely stripped the cover off of my pillow. This pillowcase was, or this pillow was, there was nothing wrong with it. Now it's completely destroyed. Yeah, this is a great washing machine that I don't understand how to use. Really? And again, did not spin this dry enough. It's super, super heavy, so that means I'm either going to have to put it back in the washing machine and put more water on it, spin it dry, which running the risk of tearing this up, or make my dryer work harder. Yep, and there's my tangle for the weekend. Ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous. How in the world can a washing machine get things tangled up like this? Okay, here's the settings I used. Wash it in warm water, medium, and I always keep it on super so I have enough water in there. How is that tangling these items? Look at this. It's like, how is this efficient? This is bad on clothing. Ridiculous. You see this? This is what I have to do every freaking weekend. I've had one weekend in over 2 years that it has not tangled a set of clothing. And there's no rhyme or reason. It's never the same load. I cut down on the span cycle. So go ahead, all you people that want to defend this machine and tell me how wonderful it is, and how those of us who are making comments about how horrible it is, that we're just idiots, while I untangle all this hooey. Ridiculous. I mean, okay, yeah. Whoever engineered this should come and hang out with me all weekend long while I untangle clothes. Oh, yay, I got a piece untangled. How's it getting wrapped around the agitator? I didn't put it in there like that. How's it getting wrapped around? Oh, we got two untangled. Look at that. I mean, that's ridiculous. I have aprons at school with strings that we wash 2 and 3 times a day that don't get tangled like this. This machine sucks. Thanks for watching. You can leave your comments below, whether you're pro with this machine, and you want to call me an idiot, or if you're like me and think that this is a subpar piece of machinery. The reason I still have it is because I haven't found anything that's better that I can afford, but I'm on that. In the meantime, let's just help each other out, solve problems, vent, whatever. See you next time. If you have time before you go, watch one of these other videos about this washing machine, or check in the comments below, and I will link those for you if you want more information about this